guys, thank you for watching. I just want to show you something with a different battery. Just a moment. So the different battery is installed. Let's try again. Now it worked. So let me show you what the difference is between the two batteries. So inside the TRAXXAS TRX 4 you would normally use a battery something like this. So you will place this battery inside the battery compartment over here, but with the body back on, when you feel the center of gravity, it's more backward instead of frontward, and that is a disadvantage on the track itself. So what you really would like is to have the weight more to the front. So what we are going to do, we are going to use this 3S LiPo, and we are going to create a small plate that is sitting right in the front over here, on which we can mount the battery. I know you can buy the plate separately, but I like to create things of my own. So that's what we are going to make today. So let's put the car and the batteries aside. So to create a plate for the battery you will need a couple of things. Just a small piece of paper, a piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic which will be the plate itself. So a scissor can be handy and some sharp knives. I've got a pencil and a square is also handy to use. So the first step is to make a mold of the piece of paper which we can use to make a stiffer mold from the piece of cardboard. So the first thing to do is just get the piece of paper and roughly cut it to size so it can almost fit in the front of the car. Okay, something like this would be fine. So the next thing to do is just push down on the shape itself. So the piece of paper will transform a bit into the shape that we will need. And when we have done that, you can just see a little bit of an imprint in the paper, which we are going to cut out. You can see the imprint over there. So let's put it back and just do it also at the other side. So as you can see the imprint of the shape that the plate needs to be. So let's cut this to size, and then we are going to use this as a mold for the piece of cardboard. So let's cut this. So I've cut a piece of paper down to its size, and if we fit it in the front of the car, it fits exactly like it should. So we are going to use this to make a stiffer mold. So we are just going to draw the outlines of the piece of paper, and then we are going to cut the cardboard to size, and then we should have got a good mold which we can use to shape the piece of plastic. So let's cut it to size. I just leave the piece of paper on there just to be sure. So the final mold is finished. So we are going to place this on the piece of plastic that I found somewhere in the house, and we are just going to use the pencil to make the outlines, and then we are going to cut it with a sharp knife and with the scissors, so it will fit exactly onto the place where the battery is going to be mounted. So you can see the outlines on a piece of plastic, and we are going to cut that. So I'm going to use this the sharp knife and the square, so I can make the yeah, the lines straight like we like to have them. So the first straight line is done. Let's continue with the rest, and I'm also going just to use the scissor just to cut out the whole shape. So this is the plate all cut out, so let's see if it fits. If it doesn't fit or it needs a little bit of trimming, you can just do it with the scissor or with a sharp knife, just to make sure it's fit like it should. So as you can see, it's nice, it sits on its place. So the next thing to do, we should make some holes, but to be sure that the holes are in the right place, what I can recommend is just to use the piece of paper that we already have cut to size, and just push down again, but probably you will need like a sharp pencil or something. Yeah, just push down through the paper so you know where the holes should be. So here's the first one. And over there. So these are the 4 holes, and we are going to mask them on the piece of plastic. And now we are going to drill the holes. So all 4 are done. Let's see if it fits. So almost all the holes are aligned, only this one and that one should go out a little bit further. So I'm just going to use the drill, put it through the hole and just turn it slightly while pushing down on the piece of plastic. So that's all fine. So to keep the battery in place, I'm going to use a piece of velcro which came out of an old RC car, but we are going to use it to secure it to the plate. So we need to make 2 slots in the plate itself, so the piece of velcro can go between it and hold the battery on there. So I'm just going to draw the outlines and use a Dremel to cut some holes. So the slots are made and it turned up pretty nice, I think. So now we are going to place the piece of velcro in between the slots. So first we're going underneath here. Then you should go over it and underneath again. So it should be something like this. And when the battery is mounted in place, the velcro strap is holding it like this. So when you tighten it, it just secured like this. So the last thing to do is just to screw it into the chassis. So I have bought a kit of M3 bolts, and yeah, I've got a whole kit of them with M2.5, M3, etc. And yeah, we are going to use the shortest one I have. So I'm just going to place a small washer underneath there, and we are just going to screw it into the chassis. So all 4 screws are done, and it turned up pretty nice, I think. As you can see, it's looking very nice, and the screws are holding the plate perfectly. Just the last thing to do is put the battery in there and go for a drive, of course, to test everything out. So you strap it in there. Yeah, you see? That looks damn nice. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. If you got any suggestions, please leave a comment below.